What's up, people? Welcome back to the third rail. I got my buddy Mike from the PT podcast here with me. What's up, Mike? How's it going? Can you hear me? Mike? Oh, fuck. What the hell? I can't hear you now. Son of a bitch.
That's on me. I said, what
Oh.
up, my dude? Let's go. Yeah. It's called a
You can't-
mute button. I'm going to figure out how they work one day, but not today. Sorry.
Okay. You can't be doing that to me with all the audio problems we had. What's up, bro?
That's on me. My bad, dog.
No worries.
Not much, man. Just doing the thing. I feel like I look fat under this lighting, and that's probably because I am fat. But, we can't worry about that tonight. It's a whole other problem I have.
If you look fat, then, well, I'm obese. Oh, wait, I am obese. All right, cool. We're good.
I got about 15 to lose, 15 to 18 to be at the goal. You know what I mean? I hate that, man. It's killer. It's always that last 15 to 18, right? So
I've got like 65 to get back to my goal, so we're good. You're fine.
Hey, man, we all got places to be, right? What are you gonna do? It's all good.
You know what? I've done it before. I'll do it again. I'm not gonna sweat it. Just gotta keep eating meat and veggies, and not worry about the other bullshit.
Right, you are damn right.
So what? Today we got.
That's what I'm saying. Fuck the dumb, as they say. Exactly.
Sure. Wait, hold on. I heard you echo right there. What's going on with that? Did I fuck something else up? That was the first echo I heard, though, so I don't think I did anything wrong.
Check 1, 2. Am I echoing now? Is that on me?
I don't know. I don't hear an echo. It must have been some weirdness, but not to worry. Yes.
No echoes
it
now,
seems,
so we're gonna be all right.
yeah, it seems like it. All right, we'll figure it out if we get something. All right, so today we're gonna be talking about the extravaganza with the big, UFC event at the White House on the lawn. Michelle Obama is a man, all that good stuff that happened. We're gonna also be covering the JD Vance on The View. That was an interesting one, and then something a little more on the wholesome side, I guess you could say. So, Mike, you said you had some clips you wanted to play, right?
Yeah, man. Are we getting into that right now already?
Oh, no. If you got some opening thoughts, go for it.
I thought we were gonna banter. I thought we had witty banter. You know what I mean? Subjects to talk about.
No banter.
Things, but that's okay. But we can do it, dog. I'm not. I'm not a hater. You know what I mean? I'm a congratulator.
Tell me what you got. I didn't watch.
I got like
event.
3 clips. We run through the clips in I got like 9 minutes, like all together worth of clips and commentary.
We're gonna commentary on that.
We're gonna
tell me about the event. I didn't watch it, so I saw some highlight clips.
Why? How did you not watch it at all, bro? What do you? Why did you not watch it, bro? What happened? Why did you not watch it?
I didn't really have a way to watch it. Guys, don't kill me out there. But yeah, I just didn't have a way to watch it really. I didn't even know where it was playing, to be honest. I figured it was a pay-per-view of some sort, but I didn't really see where it was playing or anything.
It was on Paramount Plus.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't have Paramount Plus. So,
yeah, it's okay, and that's fair, but you never have to worry about that, okay? Like, I got your back, you know what I'm saying? You never have to worry about, you know what I mean, not having that. I got your back on that. I know guys, I know people. I got you hooked up.
Cool.
So, yeah, man. I can get you hooked up on that, no problem. You never need to worry. If you ever want to watch any kind of UFC thing, let me know, dog. Yeah, I go way back with some of
the cats.
I mean, yeah.
Cool. So why don't you tell us about the event? Because I did see the pictures, I did see some clips, and it was kind of wild seeing that many people at the fucking White House lawn watching it almost felt to me like the whole idiocracy thing. It's really starting to feel that way. What's your take?
I agree. Well, I disagree. I disagree completely, man. I mean, I disagree completely. I think, I mean, I think it's funny that of all the things that people have issues with, it was last year, and this is why Republicans can't take an L and win. I know so many people that felt so great about it. I know so many people that are on the fence about things like this that were just like, this was a great event. I wanted to hate on it. I wanted to shit on it, but it actually turned out great. It was a great event, and I don't disagree with them, right?
Oh,
So
I don't
anyway,
mean
we
I don't
get to
mean
win it.
necessarily that let me just real quick. I don't necessarily mean that it was a bad event. I just mean the spectacle of it, like the grandiosity of it. The there's this crazy, like almost like a monster truck event, right? It just felt very what's his name? Mountain Dew the president in Idiocracy, Mountain Dew Camacho. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I'm not saying
sure.
it was a
You know
bad
what I
event
mean? Like,
or
the
even
option is having transgender tits on our lawn on
no,
Easter,
that's
the most Christian of holidays, and going, this is
yeah,
also
no,
transgender recognition day. And like,
yeah, no, fuck that
we were
shit.
like, oh, we don't like that. But then we make more noise and get more that really does unite people. And there's nothing wrong with patriotism. I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of people loving our country. I'm so sick of normies wanting to enjoy what the fuck they get their taxes taken out and the shit beat out of them for a little bit. Oh my God, the normies get something that they enjoy. Those stupid idiots, they don't know who hate them. What they do? We all know our leaders are assholes who hate us, and we can't do shit about it. So we want to enjoy a fucking fight. God forbid. What if it's no fucking mystery that we are fucked on fucked on fucked, and then our own government, who's taking ever more of our money, starve us out to win wars in Iran and data centers help us live. Okay. Well, that's where we're at. Well, guess what? You have to pout about it all the time. You get to never enjoy life. Do you like pepperoni pizza? Fuck you, American. You don't get pepperoni pizza because your leaders hate you and having from lizard. Okay. Well, I would be a bit. No, you don't get a bacon cheeseburger, you son of a bitch. What do you think you enjoy any moment of your life? Well, maybe I want to fuck. Okay. Do you know what? Dana White is a billionaire who wants to spend 100 million of his own dollars to throw his very successful parties on the White House lawn. Trump, he running, said if he got elected, he would do this. He came through as a producer. It was a production miracle. I don't know. I sat there. I literally had to call a friend of mine in LA and a friend of mine in Florida who produce. And I was like, look at this. I mean, like, well, we messaged, but I was like, holy shit. I was like, could you imagine being in the truck, make sure you're running all this? It was like, oh my God. Like, it was a production miracle. The fights were fucking amazing. It was amazing. It was a great night. Everybody who had anything to do with that worked their ass off to do something great. If you're a fight fan, it was one of the greatest nights of fights in American history and UFC history. And yeah, man. So I love the hell out of it. And for people who are like, you have to be miserable because your leaders hate you and are lying to you. Well, the CIA killed Kennedy. Okay. They locked fucking Tesla up when he was about to give us all free energy and stole his shit and still charge us to this day for it. Okay. So I don't know what to tell you. They also locked us all up and forced us to put a chemical in our vein to test us for when our AI overlords take over. Let me watch some dudes beat each other up, please. Please? Please?
Hey Yeti,
No.
is
All
he
right.
still glitching out or is he good now? They were saying you were glitching a little bit.
I can see the glitch.
I lowered your
I
audio
can see
out
the
a bit.
glitch.
You do? Yeah, I don't. It doesn't.
I was seeing
In
it
my
on
OBS,
your
it looks good.
on the stream.
Let me see. I'm looking. No, I mean, I don't think that the event and having the event was bad. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm just getting at it felt like that movie, right? I don't dislike
Fair enough.
that movie. Like when President Trump first
It
became
didn't to me
president.
because I know the work that goes in. Like
Right.
that thing was pro wrestling, and like I hate it when people compare MMA to pro wrestling. It's offensive to mixed martial artists, but you know what I mean. And I respect wrestlers for what they do, but it's more of a show thing than
Oh no,
a fighter.
wrestlers. Honestly, what they do to their bodies is probably worse. Well, I don't know about now because I know that ever since the Attitude Era ended, they kind of like stopped with all the chairs and the tables and the ladders and all the crazy shit. So I don't know if they're still as physical as, because the Attitude Era, I would say those guys, I mean, look at that Hell in the Cell match between Mankind and fucking Undertaker if you want to see like real abuse happening to people's bodies. But not to take away from what UFC does, but the wrestlers are fucking physical specimens in that sense. But no, I mean, even it would have been cool to have a WWE event there. Like, one of the things that everyone hated about Trump the first time around.
I disagree, but But
you disagree on what that WWE event would have been cool
again because there showmanship. Yes.
Hold on, you're breaking up
because
a little bit.
Showmanship is part of it. Like to do the work to become one of the best. Yeah, well, you were cutting up on me a little bit too, dog. Though, but then as you get going, it gets better.
Gotcha. But yeah, no, I mean, the spectacle wasn't a bad thing, but it was a spectacle.
Am I better now?
Yeah. You're perfectly clear. Am I okay now, or? Cool. Yeah, the spectacle thing isn't an issue. I don't mind the spectacle thing. It did feel a little bit like, oh shit, we got President Camacho now, which is cool. Like when Trump first got elected, I thought it was kind of, like people were posting the memes, and I was like, hell, fuck yeah, that's right, we got Camacho, and he's like a real American, Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was a bad spectacle. I just feel like it was...
Michelle Obama is a man.
That disappointed you?
I think we're delay. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to talk you over. No, I love that. I'm disappointed at the reaction. I'm disappointed at the reaction of everyone. Going. I mean, even like Tyrus was like, "We will police our own," and that was wrong. I'm like, seriously. Now, not that I don't support your right to say it, but we've had to hear people come out and say Trump is a Nazi bigot. People who just go to church on Sunday mornings are white supremacists. Literally, Don Lemon said that. We've had to hear people say the worst, most disgusting things about everyday, average conservative Americans who just go to church and care about their family. Are like, I don't want to be any part of the bullshit because I see through it all. I just want to be the best dude I can for my town and my people and my family. And we are being called the worst freaking names. You know what I mean? And he makes a joke about Michelle Obama, and he's racist. It's like, how? How is that racist? It makes me, that is the one thing I hate. We live in a world now, like, here's my problem. I grew up around not as many white people as other races. I grew up thinking I could not like someone because of their behavior and actions, and that had nothing to do with how I felt about an entire race of people. So if I don't like you and I think you're an asshole, you can be black and I think you're a black asshole. You can be Mexican, I think you're a Mexican. You can be Indian, you can be white, you can be Norwegian. And if I think you're an asshole, I think you're an asshole. And I don't think that makes me racist against your entire group of folks and lineage and heritage.
Yeah, completely agree with you on that. Like, no, I don't know what it was. It might have been something on my end with the internet speed. But it seems like it's all good now. Like everything is perfect. So I'm hoping I'm just doing
Oh,
a speed test as we're going, and my speed's very good right now. So it's not that right now, but it might have been a minute ago. It's South Florida. We have cables that are all out in the open. So wind,
got
rain,
gators
anything can.
chewing on the lines.
Not in South Florida, man. Well, although there were a couple of pools back in the day, or lakes and pools that connected, and yeah, that did happen once in a while back in the day, but it's rare. That's more a Central Florida thing, the gators. But yeah, no, I definitely agree that we have been quote unquote terrorized. Although I call it more like fucking we've been lionized, right? Because fuck it, sling your arrows at us, call us Nazis, call us Hitler, call us whatever you want to call us. We know it's not true, and so how can it affect us, right? But the left, you call them a commie, they wear it as a badge of honor, right? A lot of them do. Did you lose me on the audio again?
No, I'm listening. I was about to say, well, my issue is that they always default to racism, always, always, always. And then you dig in and you realize, like with the SPLC stuff, the racism has to be funded by them. I forgot who said it, but one of my favorite lines is the supply of racism doesn't meet the demand. So they had to start outsourcing and purchasing it from people who weren't really racist. And I thought that was interesting. I thought that was great. I thought that was a great way to say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
King Yeti, I know that WWE isn't a sport. I understand that fully. It's not a sport. It's an act. I get it. But the toll that their bodies take is more than what a lot of these sports people. Maybe football
Uh-oh.
probably is about equivalent, but the
Up in the
WWE
chat,
people,
homie.
huh? I can't hear
I
you.
just asked if you were getting lit up in the chat. I
Oh
just saw
no,
Silver B Tech
just
in there.
King Yeti. He
You can't hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. It went out for a split second and then it came back. But King Yeti was saying that WWE isn't a sport, and I agree, it's not a sport. But the abuse their body takes is severe, or at least it was. I don't, like I said, haven't watched wrestling in forever, so don't quote me on that if it still is. But at least when I used to watch it, the abuse that they took is on a level that's above what any UFC guy takes. At least that's my view on it. I lost you for a second. You glitched off screen. Yeah.
I'm back. And I'm better than ever. You know what I mean? So speaking of that, man, so there are people out there saying it was akin to what was it? It was akin to lynching. Did you hear that lady say that? I can't find that clip. I wanted to find that
But
clip.
them saying
So
that
yeah.
Michelle Obama was a man?
No. The whole event was basically like lynching.
How? Whoa,
Excuse
whoa,
me.
whoa.
Like it
What?
was like a lynching. Because
No.
I don't know, some white lady was saying that. So yeah.
Of course, some white lady. the white the white libs are the worst. Like you can't beat the white libs as far as like cucking the right with their commentary.
True.
Like I don't look. I can understand if black people got offended at the guy that said that Michelle Obama was a man, right? I would understand that. That's a valid, you know, complaint. But to call the event a lynching, I don't think any black person would think that. Like, how was it a lynching? What was the lady's reasoning behind that? Did she say why? Is that a clip that she brought up to
Yeah,
watch?
no, I can't find that one. I can't find that
Oh,
one. You know what I mean? So I do have the cool top 5 moments though
okay,
that I have ready to go. So I have the top 5 moments
sweet.
of the things that because here's the thing I know about you. You're gonna know more about this than just what they're showing. You know what I mean? Let me figure out how to share
Okay,
screen on yours. Share screen. Hold on. Check this out.
Hold on, let me get to the. Oh, pause it for 1 sec. Yeah, it should.
Got you, dog.
Should come up over here. Damn it! 1
I forgot
sec,
we're
guys.
using your tech, so
Yeah,
it's gonna take 20 minutes to pull up the clip.
I just got to get the browser set to the right slot.
No, I know you got to do like 4 quick things, and then we're rolling. I guess. If everybody can hear me, just quit touching me there.
Okay, there we go. We are on. Go for it, man. Hit the play button. Sorry about that, guys. We were still here. We just the browser wasn't loading, and I had to go to the screen where the browser was to fix it. But we are here, and go for it, buddy.
Lawsuit, a birthday celebration, cabinet members ringside, and a viral controversy. We're talking about the top 5 moments from President Donald Trump's UFC event on the White House lawn. So for starters, while this wasn't some small exhibition, Trump and UFC CEO Dana White transformed the South Lawn into a full-scale fight venue for an event that celebrated both America's 250th anniversary and Trump's 80th birthday. But before the first fight even started, the event faced a legal challenge. So let's get into it. Well, 2 Virginia residents filed a lawsuit trying to stop it, arguing the event could personally benefit Trump and Dana White, but a federal judge did refuse to block it, so the show went on. And then came the grand end.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that, bro? Who would see the right would never do that? We never sued to block the, a new declaration of a national day of transgender visibility, right? We never
Should've.
sued like the Congress, the conservatives fight that. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. We never sued for files or stuff that we should and could.
We
Anyway,
should have.
that's
Yeah.
what frustrates me about the right. And I say we, meaning the right, because I'm just diametrically opposed to the left right now on so many things. But it doesn't mean that I'm just like a right wing dude. And I know it comes off that way.
Yeah. No, it's I
but I'm
definitely
not.
consider
You know what I'm
myself
saying?
on the right, right? I'm just not with most of the Republicans. That's the difference. Like ideologically, I'm definitely on the right. It's just the Republicans are not, most of the time, are not actually on the right, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, why?
True that.
Why is it that it's cool?
Because I would say this is gonna yeah. Say what?
Gonna say
Say what?
I don't see why it is that we're cool with letting the Dems
Talk to me, bro.
just sue anytime they want to stop any little thing and have lower courts overturn what Trump is trying to do and just allow that. And when the left wants to do, like you said, trans people twerking on the White House lawn, we're cool with that, and we don't sue to stop all this bullshit. You know?
Yeah, when they find cocaine, when they find like a weekend party level for 20 people of cocaine, you got to understand that's another frustrating thing. Cocaine they found in the White House at the end of Biden's run there. It wasn't just like, oh, that's a little bit of cocaine. That was like a large amount of cocaine,
How much did they
bro.
find? I
That was
didn't hear the number.
think to yourself, where it come from? Who's don't know.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. That's crazy.
Say what, bro? You're chop. Yeah, man. It was enough to get you killed in the streets if you owed somebody that amount. You know what
Wow.
I mean? That's how much it was, right? So yeah, man, it was a shot. It was like almost a quarter pound, dude. It was like
Oh wow.
it was, you had to like whoever bought it, like whoever sold that amount moves real weight. And not only do we not know who bought it, we don't know who supplied it. And it's like, why are we not interested? Why do we not care about that? But anyway, that
Oh,
didn't
I'm
matter.
definitely
Only thing that
interested, but
mattered
I
is
think I
UFC
know
on
the
the lawn.
answer.
You know what I mean? But word. Also, by the way, man, the UFC 250 is free on YouTube. You can literally watch it. I highly recommend it, dude. You will love it, man. It was the
I heard it
best.
was a really good card.
It was the best. Anyway.
Entrance. Trump and Dana White walked out from the White House to a crowd that broke into happy birthday chants before the national anthem even played. And as for the crowd, well, it was stacked with high-profile guests. Melania Trump, the president's entire family, cabinet members, lawmakers, and billionaires all sat ringside. The Pentagon even handed out tickets to service members, but only to those.
I got a new goal, dog. I got a new goal. Speaking of Trump's family, man, I got a new goal in life, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be this dude, man. It's late night. We can say this because it's late night. You know what I'm saying? But like, I think his one daughter, man, he got this one little daughter, dog. You know what I mean? So
Oh
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? She's like,
You know,
I've checked. She's totally
thankfully,
weirder. But
thankfully, Trump had a
she's
lot
got
of
like,
very attractive wives, and his genes did not transfer onto them. Because have you seen Brock Lesnar's daughter? Since we're talking UFC, Brock Lesnar has some strong ass genes. I'll tell you that. His genes transferred onto her like crazy. So Trump is very lucky. He picked some women with some good, strong genes. And yeah, because if not, wow. But yeah, I haven't seen his other daughter yet. I've only seen
are you saying if they
oh yeah, for sure. No doubt. No doubt at all. It would be extremely rough on them. I mean, God, poor girls. You there still?
Yeah, man, I'm here, man. You cut out on me for a minute, dog.
Same but on your end.
So this is the jam right here. Let's see here. Let's see here. All right, this is the one. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it up for you. How do I bring this one down? Kill that. There we go. Let's see here. Bam. Tiffany Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. Yeah, no, she looks good. She
So
looks real
T
good.
Trump, the Tiffs. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he had some
It's gonna
very
be all right.
attractive
You know what I
wives
mean?
with some very strong genes.
You know what I mean? Also, can I tell you something that bothers me that you said that I never thought of till you said it just now, and it bothers me now?
What's that?
That right there. You see that? Let's see, pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up. I hate it nowadays where you can't just click on a link and pull up a picture like you used to. See, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? I click click on it and it pulls up a whole thing. I'm just saying. See, that's not even the picture. I'm just saying she does kind of have a there you go, that picture right there. There possibly could be Brock Lesnar jeans. You know what I mean? I see Brock Lesnar more than I see the Trump family, don't you?
No, not really. I see the wives, the Eastern
All right.
European.
I don't see much Donald Trump there.
No, definitely no Donald Trump, but definitely the wives. You know, that Eastern European look to them for sure, 100%. But Brock Lesnar, I mean, have you seen Brock? You've seen Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar's daughter, right? Yeah, I mean that girl is Brock Lesnar's daughter. There's no doubt about it. In fact, it's almost as if they just took his sperm and then somehow made an egg out of his genetics from the sperm and self fucking.
Well, and that's fair. I'm just saying, my whole point is Ivanka is like damaged goods. You know what I mean? Tiffany was born in 93. You know what I mean? So she's still, we got to hurry before she gets too old.
Yeah.
Right. But, you know what I mean? She's in a sweet spot right now. Let's see. If she was born in 93, how old does that make her? Let's see. If she was born in 90, that'd make her 36.
Makes her 33.
So she's 33 right now.
Yeah. Damn,
Most
she
dudes would
looks
say
young
she's
for
spoiled
33.
already. Leonardo DiCaprio would say she's spoiled already. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I can fix her.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I would let her fix me.
For sure. And no, I can fix her. And more than importantly, bro, that Trump dollars, that Trump money. You know what I mean? That's
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean? I want that Doral situation. I want lifetime. You know what I mean? I want to go anywhere in the world on a private jet. You know what I'm saying? That's come on now, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about it. Fucking good shit. But this fucking toad. This lady, she just ugh. Did you finish going through that video or is there
Anyway,
still
man,
more?
let's keep going with Tony over here, man. Tony, but Tony's a good reporter. I'll give it to Tony. She's a good reporter. You know what I mean? She found something she can do that's not dependent upon looks. Good for her. I like
she
it when
wouldn't
ugly
succeed if
women
it was
report
based
the
on
news.
looks,
You know why?
right?
Because they're not lying. You know what I mean? Give it up. She ain't getting on Fox News anytime soon. But that's all right. Neither are we. That's
those who met military body composition standards. But one of the most talked about moments of the night actually had nothing to do with the fights. It had to do with the fighter walkouts. So every fighter walked out with the first responder on one side and a Medal of Honor recipient on the other. And many people said that was a standout moment from the event. But the night didn't end without some comment around Trump's neck during the event, and later made comments in a post-fight interview with Joe Rogan that raised some eyebrows. And afterward, well, Dana White said there was, quote, no political agenda behind the event, but he also said there's, quote, no way we can do this again. So now the debate is underway. Was this a historic crossover between sports and politics? Or was a UFC event on the White House? Follow us at thenationaldesk.com for all the latest news. Lawsuit, a birthday.
Bro, was it a step too far? Was it a step too far?
I don't think so, man. I don't.
That, I guess, is the question.
I don't think that the event was a step too far. Why? I think it might have been a little bit foolish in the sense of like that must have been really hard to ensure that it was safe and secure with all the threats on everyone's lives, on the right. But outside of that, man, I don't think it was a step too far. I think we gotta kind of do things like this to prove, that we are the fucking nation, right?
Agreed. And like I said, man, sometimes you got to let people enjoy life. Shit, man. Guess what, bro? I promise, man. I don't mind or anybody who is listening's mind, and I don't want to disappoint you all, but life is hard. Life is really
Oh yeah, no,
fucking hard. Yeah, sorry. But
definitely.
life is hard. True story. So just saying, if you can squeeze a little enjoyment out of watching two guys who take beating the crap out of each other probably way more seriously than they should, but they want to do that for you and you want to enjoy watching it, man, hey, look, there are far worse things people do for entertainment in this world. And there are probably far worse things that have happened at the White House. Lord knows there are at least contracts signed in the White House that were far worse. So
Yeah.
that
Oh,
hurt way
that's
more people than anybody that got hurt on Sunday night.
yeah, that's for sure. That's for damn sure. So, what else has been said about this event? How else has the news been reporting on it? Have they tried to? You said that they said it was equivalent to a
Like
lynching.
akin to a lynching, which is hilarious. Also, they kept saying it was racist, which is weird because, as you know, like anybody who has a kind of even a rudimentary understanding of the UFC kind of knows that like it's people from all over the world. Like the one thing you
Yeah.
can't be as a UFC fan is racist because you're gonna hate it quick. You're gonna hate a champion really quick because no, it's never just a white dude for that long. A white dude might win the belt. A white American might win a belt. Yes, absolutely. But he's not going to have it forever. You know, he's definitely not. You know what I mean? The belts change hands very quickly in the UFC, right? So
Yeah,
I think
and a lot of times, I mean, the best fighters, a lot of them are black, like John Jones, fucking Anderson Silva back when he fought. Like a lot of them are black, unless I don't know, do Brazilians do the Dominican thing where they say they're not black?
It's, well, and that's the thing is like when a dude's fighting in there, you don't know what black he is. You know what I mean? And when a white
Yeah.
dude, one thing that you learn really quick is that there are white dudes who are not American, not close to American, don't like Americans really at all in there, right? I mean, you got your
Yeah.
Dagestani killers, some of the best fighters to ever live, right? And they're from Dagestan. They're Muslim dudes from, you know, almost a Russian, Northern Asian area. They could care less. They don't live any kind of life like ours. They're near Mongolia. They're way more influenced by Asian and Russian culture than they ever will be by Western culture, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, man, the one thing you learn, and that is a thing, you know, it's racism on that level is really stupid because really quick you learn skin color doesn't really matter. I mean, you talk to African people, you go to Africa, a lot of those cats don't like black Americans. They don't consider them
Oh, anyone who's
African
black
at
and
all.
isn't an American, any American non-black person doesn't like American black people, and vice versa. It's like a two-way thing. Like American black people really don't like non-American black people either. It's kind of weird,
Well,
right?
can I ask you about Jewish folk? Like, do you mind? Because
Yeah,
what I've
I
heard,
don't care.
like I've met a lot of Orthodox, you know, what I'm gonna, pardon me, but what you know, what are you gonna do, right? But I've met a lot of New York Jews. You know,
Okay.
like if you live in Oklahoma, Texas, the Midwest, even the West, like LA, Pacific Northwest, one of the things you're surprised about when you go to New York is how there are big Jewish communities. I mean, straight up, you know what I mean? Cats in full on Jewish clothing and gear and living the Jewish life, the beards, and like, it's not like, oh, there are folks you see in the city that do that. And you're like, oh, there are folks that got their little temples. But no, no, no. It's communities full on city blocks full of these
Oh yeah,
cats. And they're living that, right? In
entire
the same way that like
neighborhoods.
cats would do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
It's like that here in Florida too. It's
um,
funny because I didn't grow. I grew up in the very Cuban town called Hialeah, and there's pretty much when I was growing up, there were still a few white people, but not a lot, right? Not many at all. There were the only black people that were around were Hispanic of some sort, and it was mostly Cubans. And then there were some Puerto Ricans, some Dominicans. Every once in a while, you'd see like an Argentinian or something, but it was mostly just Cubans. I never knew growing up how big of a Jewish population there was here in South Florida. And as an adult, it's like you go to certain areas and you just see full on like the big puffy hats and the curls and the little things sticking out of the shirt.
The curls, yeah.
Yeah. So it's something that is definitely down here. I never realized it until I was an adult. So what were you gonna ask
Yeah, man,
about
it's
it?
just those communities. So is that do people from the motherland feel the same way? Like, do they not like mainland Jewish people? Do they look down on them in the same way that Africans kind of look down on American black people?
Well, I didn't really grow up in Jewish communities or anything. But as an Uber driver, as an adult, I definitely picked up a lot of Jewish people. And it seems like most of them spend half of their time over there, half of their time over here. I think they stay here just a little longer to maintain their citizenship and also like to benefit from Florida's no income tax thing. However, they definitely do spend a lot of time over there. It seems that's been my observations on it.
So it's a little different. You think, excuse me, maybe they're a little more supportive, as it
Yeah.
were.
Oh, definitely. I think that they
Hey,
have
no, that's
they're
one of the reasons. Sorry, go ahead.
no, no, go. I was just laughing. I was cracking up. Go,
I
go
was just gonna
ahead.
say one of the reasons they win is because they stick together. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah,
also
yeah.
they were like, screw taking over the steel industry or the auto industry. We're gonna take over finance and entertainment. It's like, it's like if you're gonna pick a couple of industries to be the majority of the management and ownership of, right? I mean, come on, let's get out
I
of
mean,
here. Those are the ones. That's
entertainment
what
you
you
shape
want.
the
So
minds. Entertainment you shape the minds, and it's like can't remember if it was Rothschild or I think it was
money
Rockefeller
is
said,
money.
whoever controls the money is the true ruler of the land, and there's a Rothschild bank in every fucking first world nation, right?
True
So
that. True
yeah,
that.
but yeah, I think they definitely. I
Yeah.
mean, you definitely see some Orthodox Jews on the internet who say we don't like what's going on in Palestine. Like the land of Israel shouldn't be ours. It's that's it's we weren't supposed to get it back. We lost it because we were against God and all this other stuff. And but they're definitely in the minority, I would say, because whenever I would talk to the super orthodox ones, don't take Uber, I don't think, if they do, it's like extremely rare, and the typical Israeli Jew who's not really a religious person at all, most likely, they're very outspoken about how they hate the Palestinians and how they murdered 1,300 Jews, but then like no speak of like, hey, but we also killed like I don't know what are they at like 100,000 now. I'm just throwing a number. I don't know the actual number, but it's a lot.
Right. What
Whatever it
is
is,
your
it's a lot.
yeah, no. And perfect, man, because as we roll into the top of the next like I wanted to kind of just talk about the lighter stuff in the first hour, right? Like,
Yeah.
the UFC and just kind of our thoughts on it and the overall kind of, but I got this new interview with Trump where, he kind of talks about Israel, and then just today, looks like Israel has launched fresh strikes. I was going to ask, what do you know about the
Oh
peace deal
God.
with Iran? Now, that is something I need more time. I was hoping because
I
it's just such a big deal, supposedly. I was like, surely he's going to have some bullet points at least for us on it, right?
so
I know I put you on the spot. I'm sorry.
before we went live, and this is something that I would like to cover in another video fully. Um, After I have a time to actually like read through it and see what we're giving up. I was watching the most recent Tucker Carlson episode, and he was basically kind of going over a lot of the bullet points. And it seems like okay, we're gonna give them three, is it 300 or 400 billion dollars to I guess rebuild and their infrastructure and all that, which is wild to me. Like, how are we giving them almost a
Well,
quarter to a half $1 trillion
supposedly we're
dollars?
not giving, it's a loan.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
but is it
but
giving or is
aren't
it a
they
loan?
like even if it's a loan, if this is like they're the terror state, the number one state sponsor of terror is what they keep saying, trying to gaslight us to think. how can we trust that they're not just gonna go put that money to give Hezbollah and Hamas more ways to attack Israel, right? If that's the line that they're giving us, is that they're the number one state sponsor of terror, why would we trust them with that kind of money? And wasn't the big critique about Obama that he gave them like 16 billion, I think it was, something like that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
It's not it. Okay, fair, but you're not. I mean, you're thinking like a normie, and that's cool, but it's not about giving them money to help them rebuild. Have you read Tales of an Economic Hitman?
No, I have not. I do know that that's one of those books
Okay,
that everyone should read, but I haven't read it.
okay.
That's
So,
Smedley
have you read
Butler,
The Big
right?
Short? You know, I already seen the movie The Big Short.
I've seen the movie. I've seen the movie.
Okay, so well, sure you have. Anyway, have you seen a cartoon that like I'm just a bill on capital? Anyway,
Of course.
long story short, and I'm not necessarily saying this, but on this show, what I like about what we do here is we entertain ideas, right? So
Yeah, of course.
the thought is you break them. The thought is not that you give them the money to rebuild this, that they owe you money, they can't pay you back, or you loan them money on rapidly depreciating assets. So
The
then
US
they owe
dollar?
you more than they can pay you back. So now you can put sanctions on them without officially putting sanctions on them. And it's one of those, look, man, here's how it works, okay? Here's
Yeah, I was
how
gonna
it
ask that.
works throughout history. All right. So this is how it works. Okay. We do this and we've done this forever. That's why, I mean, think about it. There's no country that we've ever messed with that isn't poor now, right? As far as, Vietnam, the Philippines, whatever. We go in and a country stays poor forever because it's one or the other. So we did this in Vietnam. We just do this, right? We did clearly Korea. That's why there's two Koreas. Anyway, we go in, okay? And we basically go, okay, we'll give you so much money to develop your country and we'll give you military protection, but you work for us now and you do what the U.S. says and cater to our interests. And they go, no, we're not doing that. And we go, okay, well, you're a poor nation, so we're going to invest a couple of $1 million into a Bolsonaro or somebody like that, the opposition side. And we're going to see if the opposition can basically overthrow you and then we'll own them. Now, that succeeds and works a lot of the time, right? And we've seen that work a lot of the time. Then what happens is the opposition gets too big for their britches and decides, yeah, America, you let us in, but we're running shit now. And then we kill them. Or it doesn't work. And if that doesn't work, then we try to starve the people out. We try to starve the current government out. We try to, within that country, blame the leadership for the reason everyone is starving and suffering. And if that doesn't work, we try to take them out. We just kill the leadership. And if that doesn't work, then we just go straight to war with them. Straight up. Right. And at the end of the day, why do we do all of that? Why are we doing any of that? We're doing that for economic or some other, whether it be geographic or oil style power, right? So we're doing it for a power move because we want what a country has. We want where a country
This is
is. We want that, right?
this is why I want to read up what it entails exactly everything, like, and not just take Tucker Carlson's word for it.
But hang in there.
I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to
But
see
hang in
if
there just real
there's
fast.
okay.
So the idea. So just hang in there with me. So we've killed all of the Ayatollahs, right? So basically, long story short, we tried to work with them, They didn't give us what. And long story, we've been working with Iran and fucking with Iran for a long time. Iran was a big
Yeah.
part of BRICS. You know what I mean? Saddam Hussein's biggest sin was he wanted to try to use the euro to trade oil. We had to take him out. Okay. Well, Iran was trying to work with China and Russia on BRICS. We cannot have that at the end of the day. Oh, we mess Iran's infrastructure up the way we've messed Iran's infrastructure up. We give them a lot of money to rebuild. We own their infrastructure. We can shut it off at any time. In addition to that, they're going to owe us so much money if we decide, well, we got to shut off your power grid because you owe us money and you're not paying us. then we get to shut off their power grid, which is so much more powerful than sending troops, right? And Trump didn't want to say, I wanted to own all the oil. Now the U.S. is the number one exporter of oil. Trump didn't want to say, I want us to be the number one exporter of oil and our number one enemy in the world. I wanted us to have them on a financial leash where basically they're counting on our money to do and get everything they get. And they're going to get this money, but they don't get to hire just anybody. We get to control the contractors they hire, the shit that they're building, what they're rebuilding, and how they're rebuilding. So it's an ultimate win for us if the bad guys are going to rebuild no matter what. And are they going to rebuild with our enemies, with us in mind, or are they going to rebuild with our money and our shit? This is the theory. Once again, hang in there. That was why I said all of that. And that is to have a country that is built with our money that they can't pay back because all countries are depreciating assets over time, especially if we control the flow of their assets and we can take those from them, break them, and then demand they pay us money, just like the Chase Bank small business style thing. No matter what, you got to have that payment in the VIG every month. Trump is a gangster. He's always been a gangster. Everything Trump does is gangster-ish. Like, it's shocking how if you just look at Trump like Tony Soprano, like I keep saying, he makes total sense. Not that you have to agree with it, but that's what it is. All right, I'm done, dog. I'm done.
So this is why I want to look it over and actually read what's in it. Because if there is a provision in there where Iran has to use dollars to trade for their oil, where they kind of become a de facto petrodollar nation, that would be good. That would definitely be a good thing. I don't know if that's in there. I would hope that Tucker would be honest enough to put that in there if it is in there, like to actually report on it. I didn't finish listening to his episode yet. I'm going to definitely finish it after we get off of here, but he didn't say anything about that in what I heard, and I don't know if that's in there. I definitely want us to cover that whole MOU agreement thing. Hold on, you got another video coming, Mike?
Sorry, I was trying to cue this, but then I realized when I try to cue it, there's no background. Like when I pull it in, it pulls right.
All right.
Like I don't get to pull it up, sit backstage. I'm sorry, I'll put it down.
Oh
Sorry,
well,
sorry.
it pulls up there.
Because
It
was
doesn't
perfect
pull
for
up
what we were
here
talking
unless I
about.
pull it
Sorry.
up. So if let me know when you're ready, and then I'll just pull it up there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
On to the stream. But yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a provision in there where they're gonna do business in dollars. That's actually pretty good for us. Like really good for us actually, because that means the dollar will feel the inflation a lot less that we already have. So it'll help level off inflation a bit, because that means that another person is occupying dollars that don't get circulated back here out of all the dollars that have been printed. So that wouldn't be too bad. The other thing I've heard about it though is that they're gonna fully control the Strait of Hormuz after 6 months. It's between them and Oman, which is the country right across from them. So that basically means that we're not, up until this point, the whole Persian Gulf region, we were kind of in control of, even before this whole Iran war thing, and now we're giving it up to Iran again. So that's not good, right? Or is there a spin on this that I'm not seeing?
Isn't Jordan one of our allies? Isn't Oman? We have a huge base in Oman, don't we?
Jordan's on the other side. They're west of Iraq, I believe, or north of Iraq. They're not in the actual. They're not on the. They don't touch the Gulf.
I meant
Oman. I'm not sure.
Jordan. What's the one next to Oman?
Saudi Arabia, right?
Man, don't talk shit about geography and then tell me you don't know. Like, what is next to Oman?
Well, Oman is a country that I don't know at all. We've never invaded them.
You just know it's not next to Jordan. You just know you can call me out for being wrong. That's all you know. You're like, all I know is that you're wrong. That's all I really know, Mike. Like, I can't be bothered with facts and geography. I can just be bothered with correcting you on a tiny piece of the information. Thanks. Thanks, man.
No, okay, so Oman. Okay, Oman is the country on the bottom right of Iran. I mean of Saudi Arabia. So they're on the exit of the whole Persian Gulf, right? Right after the Persian Gulf is the Gulf of
And Saudi
Oman.
are our
They're,
allies. Yeah.
it's that's technically yes, but are they really? I mean, they kind of told Biden to go fuck off when he asked them, "Hey, can you guys produce a little more oil?" Not that I,
But
think
Biden is
Biden.
a piece of. I mean, but it was
No,
Biden.
I agree, but they're
You can tell
supposedly our
me
allies.
that was the problem. The rest of the world can tell. I mean, yeah, I mean, Putin was like, "We're going to start a war because your son is shady, and we know what you're doing over there, and we want that land back because we don't like what you're doing over there." And
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean. Come on now.
So
So
the countries that are right on the Persian Gulf exit are the United Arab Emirates, which are supposedly our allies, Oman, which I'm not sure if they're allies of with us or not, and Iran. Saudi Arabia is near there, and Qatar is near there, but they're not by the exit. Like the very thin exit part is not our allies. Or I mean, UAE, I think, is technically our allies, right?
oh yeah, no, we love UAE. We got lots of military there, believe it or not. And it's one of
Yeah.
the richest, smallest, like per capita, the richest people. It's like a prince family and his servants, or like the whole country. It's great. It's awesome.
It's be
I want to make
nice.
friends with him.
It would be nice, you know.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
see.
like
I'm gonna
there's
quickly search if Oman is our ally.
it's not Kauai. One of the islands on one of the smaller Hawaii islands is like 85% owned by this one Mormon family that bought it like 200 years ago from a chief. And it's like this beautiful, amazing resort.
So
Yeah,
they
man,
are
kick ass.
technically our ally, Oman, but they have
Yes,
a neutral foreign policy, so they don't really get involved. So, like, if we were to go to war with someone out there, they would not get involved. So they're more like, I guess, a economic
good,
ally.
good. That's what we want, bro. Because guess what? Those that's we're the USA. I don't know if you know how this works, dog, but if you're like, hey, we're not getting involved, and we're like, well, yeah, you're not, but we're putting guns on your land. There's not shit they're gonna do about it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
of course.
What's a pacifist gonna? Bro, we just had the UFC on our White House lawn. Relax, we're gonna be fine. Okay, I'm gonna go eat a bunch of barbecue this week just to remind myself that I'm superior as an American to all other countries. You know what I mean? It's fine,
Facts.
bro. We're gonna be fine.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Oman, what you do? We're gonna have tanks and some long range missiles and some can on your beaches. And if you want to be available for that conversation, right? I mean, come on. We're gonna be fine. It's fine.
True. Yeah, no, but yeah, I mean they're okay, so we're allies with the south half
No,
of
the theory is that
Persian
Trump,
Gulf.
the theory is that Trump, they're not being honest about it. That they're actually going to keep ships from coming through or charge a big toll or stop ones going where they don't want them to go. That's the theory, man.
Yeah, I don't I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm curious. I'm curious to see it. But I don't know what they're gonna do really. It it's the
We're
the Trump administration is very good at like I'm just a lowly magician. Look over here while he's doing stuff over here. So it's always hard to tell, right? But yeah, I really don't know the answer.
man. Can I tell you the problem? I don't trust the news. Like, I'm okay with hating Trump if you tell me, well, the war I wouldn't even hate him if the war in Russia was and Russia was winning. As I've said before, Russia should be our best ally. Us and Russia and Canada should get together and go, we've got everything, right? And China, your people are legit starving. and you're having population issues, and so you need to work with us, you know. So yeah, um, even though a bunch of rich people here prop up their economy, and that's a whole other thing, right? But anyway, we could get together and supply everybody and be happily rich, but that's a whole nother story. Plus, did you know it's like illegal to grow GMO food in Russia? Right?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
did
they
know
still
that.
care about their people.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I
I mean,
mean, say what you
we've
want,
been
but look up
propagandized a
Russia. They're
lot
not a
against
terrible
Russia.
place compared to us.
We've been propagandized a lot against Russia just ever since we were all kids, ever since the end of World War II, really. Um, you know, when they were the Soviet Union and they were trying to spread communism and they had all those vassal states, yeah, I get it. But I mean, okay, Putin's a bad guy. I don't disagree, right? Why do I care if he's a bad guy or not? Like, how does that affect me here in Miami or you in
Exactly.
Texas, Oklahoma area? You know, like it doesn't. It has nothing to do with us. So who cares? Why aren't we trading with them? Why aren't they could be a huge ally? Like if the United States and Russia teamed up as allies, the rest of the
And I
world
hate to
would just
break
fucking chill the fuck out and not be at war all the fucking time, right? Because if the United States and Russia attacked
Yep.
anybody, it would be game over no matter what.
Well, and I hate to break anybody's heart here, but our leaders aren't much better. Whoever you think is a good guy, guess what, bro? You know what I mean? You don't play a game of blood and death without getting a little bloody and you know, maybe leaving a few bodies in your path. That's just the way this works, man. Sorry. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Sorry, not sorry, I guess. You know, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but you know, if you want a war, if you want to win a war, you got to send warriors, not puppy dogs, right? I mean,
Oh, definite.
does it make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it definitely does. I mean, like I said, I don't like the war. I do like us being the most powerful nation in the world, though. But I don't like war. I don't think you like war.
Agreed.
I know you don't like
Well, and
war.
that's the thing. Yeah, no, the war was bullshit. Ugh, it's a whole thing, man. It's a whole thing. And then it's like having to defend it in a way, and I see, and that's the thing I can understand, right? Like I can understand, but by the same token, I think it's all bullshit. I think we're being lied to. Speaking of that, boom, this is on the hour. You know
Give
what
it
I mean?
one
I was gonna
sec.
check it
It's
out,
about to pop
but
up.
then I realized it was
And
Israeli news TV.
all right, there we go. It's in.
I was like, I don't want Israeli this earlier because it just updated, but then I was like, well, I don't want so
Was it though?
this is Trump turns on Israel. But see, that's 2 days ago. Let me give you this one instead.
I mean, according to the deal, what Tucker was
So I had a whole
reading.
setup to go into this first, right? But anyway, we'll just sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying according to Tucker,
You there?
the deal basically. Yeah, can you hear me? Am I coming through or no?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, now you are.
According
Yes,
to
yes.
according to Tucker, the deal does basically say "screw you, Israel," because it's empowering Iran a lot more than what Netanyahu would want. Like, obviously, we're kind of going against Netanyahu's wishes by doing anything that isn't the utter destruction of Iran. So, in that sense, it's good, but yeah, I don't know how long this will last if it's just a full fuck you to Israel, you know. But I'm curious. Go
Yeah,
go
check this
ahead,
out. This should be a good
hit
one.
that.
I had a whole pre thing, but I just dumped it because it was being a
No, I'm
pain.
not
So.
happy with the way Israel has handled themselves with Lebanon and with Hezbollah.
Those are some of Donald Trump's sharpest public comments yet about Israel, showing the extent of his current angry spat with Prime Prime Minister Netanyahu. Now, he was talking about an Israeli strike on Beirut, which happened just as he was trying to clinch his deal with Iran.
Too much.
He laid into Prime Minister Netanyahu for the way he was waging war against Hezbollah.
I've had a great relationship with Bibi, but now Bibi has to be more responsible with respect to Lebanon.
Israel's argument is that it's responding to Hezbollah is using vastly disproportionate force.
If Israel can't do the job without killing everyone else.
So there, Mr. Trump was suggesting that Syria's president, Ahmed al-Shara, could be brought in to fight Hezbollah in Lebanon. That is a remarkable comment, given Lebanon's diverse religious communities and the fragile makeup there, and a painful history of Syrian intervention. All this shows how Lebanon remains at one of its most vulnerable and volatile points amid the current crisis in the Middle East. And clearly, the US president is getting more impatient.
You don't have to knock down an apartment house every time you're looking for somebody.
Yeah, man. So there is that.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
That's definitely. I fucking love it. I don't know if it's real though. It's just like when he said we weren't gonna attack Iran, and then we attacked Iran. You know, like, oh, we took out all their nukes. We don't have a reason to attack. We're working on a deal with them now, and then all of a sudden we're attacking Iran. Like, I don't know. Is this that again? Is this all just a backstab maneuver? I don't know the answer.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't know. I mean, it could be. It could be that he's just tired of it, and he realizes he looks like a big pussy every time BB comes around. You know, maybe he's just tired of being a little bitch about it. Or maybe it's just another trap. I don't know. I don't know the answer. I hope it's the first, but he's done this before, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think he's I would, yeah, no, I agree. I would say, sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it. I was waiting on your response.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. I would say the one thing Trump is still good at, even at 80, is paying attention to the polls, keeping his ear in the streets, as we say, right?
Yeah.
So he's still decent at that. So that's something that I think he knows, man, everybody hates Israel right now, right? Everybody on all sides hates the current Zionist movement and what they've gotten us done. And what they've gotten us to do. And so with that in mind, I think that he's doing what he needs to do. Also, I think once again, as a gangster, and he's like, if I need to back out, you know what I mean? I can back out, not a problem. So that's a thing.
Yeah.
Because once again, I'm a gangster. I'll make another deal. Your stuff up. I'll shut you down. It's no problem for me. So I'm really wondering once again what's really going on, because who knows, right? So yeah, who knows?
Yeah, it's hard to know. That's the it's a lot of cloak and dagger kind of shit that they do. They could be saying one thing and meaning a total other thing, and we won't know until the cards are played, you know? So that's tough. That's tough to kind of figure out, to be honest.
Yep.
I don't know what the
You didn't even look at the points before the show. Wow, man. I was like, surely John's going to bring something other than a dysfunctional StreamYard OBS situation to this show. I'm like, he'll have this part covered, so I can have all this commentary on that, and then I'll bring my stuff. And you're like, yeah, no, I want to look at that later. I'm like, but you have a show tonight.
Well, I wasn't expecting us to get
this
into
whole
this
thing
tonight.
set up.
You know, I was expecting
Really, it's a show about news. The major news is the treaty signed in Versailles, but you didn't expect to talk about that.
it's not signed yet. It still has to get passed by Congress. So like we're
We're
still
just no. Trump signed it. Trump signed it with Iran. That's all that matters. Congress doesn't matter anymore. You know that. Come on now. Congress didn't
I
matter under Biden. Congress doesn't matter under Trump. All Congress does is figure out ways to get us pissed off at each other on social media so they can work people for money. Congress is shit, man. Sorry.
yeah, no, I agree. I hate Congress.
The president
I
decided
hate all
it was down,
politics.
and Trump said, it was a government shutdown. And Trump said, you know what? Government's not shut down anymore. Start paying these people. And it was like, okay. And they just started paying the people. It was like, screw it. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah, Congress authorization. Just like the war. Was there an authorization to go to war? Fuck no. Trump
No,
even
there never is anymore.
calls it a war. We're in a Congress authorization. Come on now, man. Come on now. Sorry, for me, the words Congress has to authorize for it to be a thing is never an official answer anymore, because I can give you 5 things in the past 5 years they've done that didn't require Congress that legally should have. So all they do is fight locally until they fight nationally. And all they do is fight for space, for place, fight for money, to fight for advertising, to get votes, some more for that shit. I mean, what was the last time a congressperson did something and you were like, well, that's other than Fetterman, not sounding lunatic. I can't remember the last time a congressperson, other than stepping down from being a congressperson, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, I can't think of the last time a congressperson did anything that I respected or appreciated or I thought was going to make a better America, right? So.
Yeah, there's a couple of Congress people, but yeah, it's very few and far between. Like, obviously, I'm a big Massey fan. I'm not sure if you are or not, but I was a big Gates fan, and
he's no longer in Congress.
But
I hate
he
to blow
is for
John,
6 more months, right?
Yeah, are you sitting down? Okay.
Yes, I am.
Oh my God, I hate you sometimes.
But
this is why you're not married. This is why you don't have a girlfriend. Okay, just
I
so
don't
you
have
know.
a girlfriend because I'm
And I
an
love you. I think you're a
uncompromising
wonderful guy.
motherfucker. I'm a disagreeable,
Yeah,
curmudgeon-y,
keep telling yourself that,
uncompromisable
buddy.
motherfucker.
No, it's you know what, and all of that's okay because you're a sweetheart, right? But like, I mean, first, like. I'm not gonna roast you. I love you. It's okay.
You can roast me.
I'm not gonna.
Hey, I'm a big boy.
I could just.
Roast.
You don't deserve. You're too nice of a guy.
You fucking
can't roast
roast
you,
me,
though.
motherfucker.
I can't roast you. I'm not gonna.
Mr. Too Cool.
I'm gonna wait till like our 5th show.
Not
5th
wear
show,
shades.
and I'll roast you. 5th show, because like right now we're just on track, man. And shout out like Ray and all the homies that are supporting and watching is very cool. You know what I mean? And my nobody friends, got a couple of them watching, I think. So
Hey,
shout out
they're
to
not
everybody
nobodies. They're
supporting.
fucking people watching.
And I want them to be like, yeah, you know what I mean. They're not hitters in
We
some
roast
internet
each other all the
podcast
fucking
world.
time,
But
all right?
they're good folks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know, but I'm not gonna like do the thing. I'm not gonna rip your heart out fatality. That's not fair to you. But anyway,
Finish him.
moving on. Exactly.
I've been waiting for a
Exactly.
chance to use that one. It's been sitting there on my soundboard, and I finally had a chance to use it. Thank you. I also have I have
There
another
you
one
go.
for Mortal
There you
Kombat
go.
somewhere. I guess it's not on here. Oh well, whatever. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I want to read it. The thing just came out like a day ago, so I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna definitely report on it. We'll come back to that. We'll probably do that one next. Well, depending on what craziness happens this week, right? Because it's like it's just so many crazy things always happening. It's so hard to keep up with it all. It's just not.
Yep.
The world is not conducive to news once a week. The world is definitely not conducive to only doing a show once a week.
Unless you're bringing fire, man. Unless you're entertaining on top of it, I think. I agree. Unless like You know what I mean? You can bring some laughs in and bring a different viewpoint of it that maybe people haven't heard 100 times, and they're like, well, man, I'm gonna listen to these guys because I'll get a different idea. Even if I disagree with their dumb asses, even if it's the
Oh, here
dumbest
they
take
get
ever, it's a take I
here they get
haven't
two
heard before. It's a
different
little bit of a spin. So
here they get two different takes that they probably haven't heard, right? Because you get on the side that supports everything Trump does, it's just they just support him no matter what. No reasoning behind it, no logic, no like, hey, but think about this a little deeper. And on the things that you've supported on him that I don't support, and I don't even think you necessarily always support those things. It's just you're bringing it up for the sake of argument, right? Like with the war. I know you don't really support the Iran war. Like we've gone through that already.
not at all.
But
In fact, I think it
when
was
we
like
debated it,
what pisses me off, dude, is that just real fast, just on that. My literal opinion on that is that that dude could have gone down in history with the Democrats hating him and a couple of blemishes, right? That you could have been like, and in history there'll be, you know what I mean? Okay, well, he promised he'd end the Russia-Ukraine war on day one. You know what I mean? We got a million Epstein files, even though we didn't get all the, here and there. He said no new wars, and he went to Venezuela, even though that was more of a, a take back. So we can, okay, so, but at the end of the day, the guy was a good president. You know what I mean? Is what you can say or could have said, in my opinion.
yeah.
But Iran is his blight. It is. He said over 50 times no new wars, and then he brags about starting a war. I personally think the vax too, but history will be kind to him on the vax.
I also
we're
agree with
talking
the vax,
history
but
here, not opinion.
yeah, I agree with you on the vax. That was the
So I
thing
think
that kind of started turning me away from him back then. But yeah, it's I agree with you. The war is going to be the big blemish on his record that he will look at it as a win and he will talk about it as a win because that's what Trump does, even on things that are failures. Like one time on the on the campaign trail, he was roasting Ron DeSantis, saying that California did a better job during COVID. Like you can't take him 100% seriously if he's saying things like that, right? But also, he's gonna do the same thing with Iran. Iran was a great win for America, even though it's definitely not. Oh, what's up, Ray Ray? Ray Ray's in the chat.
Do you think Ron DeSantis? Shout out Ray
Go
Ray. Hey, bruv. Sorry, I can't get the Ray Ray just down quite yet. Hey, bruv. Listen,
That's James.
Mersh
That's
is
James.
great.
Oi, bruv.
So, and Mersh is great. By the way. Oh no, I'm sorry, James. Yeah, no, Ray Ray is like, fuck you. Ray Ray's cool like that. Anyway, what I wanted to ask you just real fast, because you live in Florida, how do you feel like DeSantis did overall? Like, what grade would you give him on handling COVID and all of that? Because nationally, we think he did great. But I also know living there, you have maybe a different story.
Well, at first I was pissed at him because he did shut us down at first. He went with what Trump wanted, 2 weeks slow spread. And then after 2 weeks, he was like, all right, we need to start opening. But he didn't, he left certain areas. They were still like going against what DeSantis was saying. And then eventually he was like, all right, I'm going to just pardon anyone who gets any kind of ticket for being out past curfew or any of that. And I was like, okay. At that point, I was like, all right, DeSantis is doing really well. Because he did try to end it at 2 weeks. But, Miami was very strict for a while because Miami, even though it voted red the last election and it's technically been red for like 30 years almost straight. Up until this last election for the Miami mayor, it's still very blue for a red area, right? Like it is, and so I think that Miami, Broward, which is like the bluest county in it's just north of us, and it's the bluest county in the state. They were very strict on the COVID stuff, but it was funny because I could go up to Deerfield. Just 20 at the time I was living in Hollywood, and it was like 20 miles north of me, and I could go everywhere without a mask. There was no restrictions whatsoever. Yeah. And then but where I lived, mask everywhere. It was like bullshit. So I was pissed at him at first, but he quickly turned it around, and I was very happy with him. The only thing that he has done as governor that I don't like really is the anti-Semitism, anti-hate speech law, or anti-First Amendment laws that he passed. That's the only thing I don't like about what he did. Everything else, he's been a great governor, like the best
Bro,
of my
they
lifetime.
connected, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, you know, they're cronies in the media. I mean, they're brothers at arms in the media, and they don't have enough influence on us.
Understand, bro. Look, man. When I was a kid, it was 4 million. Somewhere the way to 6 million, and that's scary,
Yeah,
bro. That numbers like you can million more lost people over just time randomly, bro. Okay, so we need to do
yeah,
everything we can to enact every law we can
I know.
to
Soon
protect
it'll be
these
10
folks.
million,
Okay,
and
3 to 6, bro. 3 to 6. Okay.
before we know it, it'll be like all of them, and there won't be any of them left. And I don't know how we're gonna reconcile that. It's gonna be very bad. It's fucking ridiculous.
We should
Yeah,
be
I
so
don't.
lucky. Kidding.
That's my that's my only thing that I don't like about DeSantis is like the you know, at the very beginning that he shut us down, and then the whole anti-Semitic speech laws that he passed. That's kind of bullshit. But I mean, I'm really hoping now that we get that Fishback guy because he seems really good. He's but he got kicked out of the debate. The only person Republican who qualifies now for the debate, even though he was scheduled to be there, the only one who qualifies is Byron Donalds. So he's not going to debate anybody. Basically, it's fucking stupid. It's just the system showing you that, like, okay, we're not going to let this guy's gaining a lot of popularity, and we're not going to let him because he's saying a lot of things we don't like about Israel. He basically wants to take because we buy war bonds from Israel. Apparently, Florida has bought like $500 million worth of war bonds from Israel to support Israel's war. That's just money that's tied up. He's like, the first thing I want to do is get that all back and make a fund to help young families get their first house with that money that is otherwise would be unallocated. So he's got a lot of good ideas, and he doesn't want to let the data centers in, which is good because they're gonna just fuck our water supply up and all that. So yeah, I think it's good. But Byron Donalds, if he gets in, he's pro all of that shit. So it'll be bad. And a Republican has never. I don't know how many
Yeah,
years it's
man.
been, but basically, like, we're getting a Republican one way or the other. So if it's Donald's, we're basically just gonna get a big tech Israeli puppet.
I hate that. And let's see here. So I'm trying to pull this up right now. This was some bull malarkey. This was some bull stuff. Okay, let me share this. I mean, this is the country you work for. This is who they're serving. You think your tax dollars are going to serve you? Or you think good old Cash Money Patel got your back?
No, I don't at all.
Bam! Look at that. U.S. law
Hold on.
enforcement warns. Say what? Not at all. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I was just putting it up on the screen. Give it a set. There it goes. Boom. Right, it's on.
Yeah. No worries.
Look.
U.S. law enforcement warns of anti-tech extremism as AI hatred grows. So U.S. law enforcement is not worried about you, is not worried about criminals, is not worried about people shooting you from roofs or stabbing you or homeless people, cracked out, methed out, or the fent dealer in your neighborhood. No. In the attack on, in the wake of attacks on CEOs, a protest movement targeting data centers and increasing concerns about AI job replacement, federal intelligence agencies and domestic law enforcement are circulating reports with domestic target in mind. With a new, domestic target in mind, anti-tech extremist. So they're not worried about you; they're worried about being protected and tech bros being
Yeah.
protected. So, yeah, man, think about that for a second.
Yep.
Kind of
Because,
frustrating, in
Sam
my
Altman had
opinion.
that
And when
guy
I think about these
run
data
up on his
centers
house.
that nobody's, yep, good. Because like to stuff. One thing that nobody's really talking about that I'm thinking about is the fact that data centers are gonna shrink, man. Think about, I mean, I'm old enough to know when, less technology than goes into your phone took up rooms. When
Yeah.
they talk about the first Apple computer took up an entire house basically to print out a smiley face, right? So they're working on shrinking data centers. All technology gets smaller over time, right? And if you wouldn't, you were a tech person, wouldn't that be your number one problem to solve now? Is how to make data centers less environmentally harsh and how to make them smaller, because that equals more power, money for you, right? So they're going to
Yeah.
get smaller. So the problem I'm left with is these giant, big, monster, empty buildings that were never even designed for humans. What's going to happen there, right? So what are your thoughts kind of on data centers and stuff?
I think we touched on this last time, but I don't like the data centers, right? I think the day that they become small and they don't need all this water and all this electricity, then we're talking a different thing. But currently, the way they are, the one in Utah that they're building is basically the size of Manhattan. I think it's 2,000 Walmart supercenters is what the space it occupies. No, that's not sustainable. That's not like, fuck that. You're gonna fuck up the lives of everyone around there just for your fucking data center. Fuck you. So I'm not pro. I mean, I like AI. I use AI for a lot of things. You see my thumbnails; they're all AI generated, right? I'm not like an anti-AI luddite, but I also don't think that these data centers are good. If they want to build a data center, they should build it somewhere in the middle of nowhere where it's not going to affect anyone, and they should build a town around it to house their employees and have like their supermarkets and whatever that they need for their employees to have. And these AI companies are using a bunch of government funds to do it. They should do it on their own since they're so profitable, right? But they're not, and they're not so profitable. They're in that they're in that same business model of like Uber and Amazon when they first started out, where it's like, we're going to lose a bunch of money. We know it, but this is going to be how we shut out all the competition. We're going to be cheaper and we're going to be losing money. And eventually our product will grow so quickly and become so ubiquitous with the thing we're pushing out that it's not going to matter. We're going to just based on first mover advantage, we're going to win. And that's what they're working on. Except they're also getting government subsidies directly, not like donor subsidies where it's like people or investor subsidies where like investors want to get in at the ground level. No, it's government money that they're getting to do this. Fuck them. That's not free market capitalism. I don't know if you saw the interview where Kevin O'Leary was on Tucker. So he kept on saying, we have to beat China. We have to win. We have to win. Blah, blah, blah. And Tucker was like, well, and then he was like saying how they're getting all this money to do all these data centers. And Tucker's like pointed that out exactly. Like, wait, but you're saying the free market is what makes America great. But then you're saying that the taxpayer is footing the bill for this. So which is it? Is it free market or should the taxpayer have to pay you money to put these things up?
Communism.
Yeah, it's basically it's corporate communism, and it's crony capitalism, however you want to label it. I got into a big
Yep.
argument with a lot of my friends when Trump bailed out Intel and then basically took 10% ownership of it for the U.S. government. It's like, hold on. And my friends were like, well, you have to spend money to make money. It's like the government isn't supposed to be in the money business, period. It's not supposed to be in the business, period. But here we are, and they are now in directly. He brought on more communism than any Democrat ever could have gotten away with that.
I absolutely agree. That is one, like, Republicans are bad at many, many things, but not letting you get money that is not yours. They would have shut that down quickly. They're good at that part, So, but guys, don't worry, everybody. I don't want you to worry, friends, because as we round the bend, as we come up on the end of the show, I got something for you here to make you feel good, make you feel happy. You know what I mean? We'll bring it right now, sir. Here you go. Check this out.
Hold on, give it a sec. It takes a sec to load.
You
This is
have
fucking
the air of to make sure you're going to be absolutely fine. JD Vance, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Everybody's favorite view guest is here to talk to you, to talk you through the hard stuff, to let you know and remind you.
Hold on a sec. It hasn't loaded up yet. Let me reload the browser sources. Sec, guys. We're still here. Just had to reload browser sources, and why isn't it? Okay, there we go. It's on screen. We're all good. We're back. Go for it.
All right. So this is the Independent. So this is a conservative leaning outlet here. And it literally is titled JD Vance to define weird. The Vice President couldn't say or when his trip happened. Joe got his book promotion and The View and rounded off with unexpected. And we got a couple of minutes. Let's check this out.
Sure. There's a report in Axios that Netanyahu's fuming over this. Israel doesn't feel bound to the MOU as it relates to Lebanon. If, as you mentioned, your frustration with, if that continues, could it torpedo the deal? And what would the U.S.'s response be to a broader war in Lebanon?
Yeah, well, I don't want to get into is that all of our friends this deal to completion. Now, I saw the Axios report, that Netanyahu is fuming. That's not reflective of the conversations that I've had with him, but maybe he's saying something to somebody else that he's not saying to me. What I will say, and this does bother me, is that you have seen people within Bibi's cabinet come at in some ways very active of the United States. And I guess my message to them would be twofold. Number one, Donald J. Trump is the only head of state in the entire world who is sympathetic to the nation of Israel at this moment in time. And he happens to be the head of state of the world's superpower. If I was in the cabinet of the Israeli government, I might not be attacking the only powerful ally that I have anywhere left in the entire world. And the second message I would give to some of those cabinet members, Bibi, to his credit, has not gone down this path, but to some of these cabinet members in Israel who are attacking the President of the United States, the other thing that I would say is that over the last 3 months, 2/3 of the defensive weapons that have protected your homeland have been built by American hands and paid for by American tax dollars. The problem for Israel is not Donald J. Trump. And anybody in Israel who thinks their biggest problem is the President of the United States needs to wake up and smell the reality of the situation.
Damn.
Damn.
What are your thoughts on that, brethren?
I like that, but I don't fucking trust that guy. I mean, JD Vance, he was one of the big reasons that I really didn't want to vote for Trump, because he's a CIA guy. He was brought in by the Palantir guy. He's all paid for by the big tech bros. So I don't trust that guy, but I like what he said. He can be someone I don't agree with or don't like, but still do and say good things. Now, I hope that he would stick with that energy if he ends up president and they keep fucking with us. But who knows if he would? I don't know that. It's a whole lot of that on this episode. Like,
I see that.
is this real?
see
Is
that.
this really what they
Well,
mean? Or is it double speak?
I like what he's saying, but once again, yeah. What we are witnessing right now is the big pivot to the
Yeah, I think
midterms.
so.
It is
The
like,
midterms.
uh-oh. You know what I mean? Approval ratings are in the toilet. What for? Why? We should be doing or not. What's going on? And it's
Yeah, I think a big issue is the midterms are coming, and they're going to say what they need to say in order to not fuck up the midterms. Because if they lose the midterms, which I think they did with the redistricting, I think they helped their chances a whole lot. That's definitely going to be a big factor in the midterms. But they still need to not lose, though, right? Like, if Republicans don't get out to vote, they're not going to win. Period. If they're not given a message that they like, and they're just like, why should I even bother? I work that day, or I don't want to fight traffic, or I don't want to, go to that
Agreed.
school and wait in the line. And yeah, so I think you're right. I think a lot of this is midterm speak.
It's true. And I will say Republicans have historically sucked. Yeah.
Both parties suck. The party that's in power
yeah,
is
man.
usually like at a disadvantage in midterms.
I
like whoever's
just wonder what this actual deal is going to bring about. A deal has actually been signed.
yeah, supposedly. I feel like I lost you. Oh, there you are. All right, you're back. Yeah, the deal, the they have the Iran
Yeah,
deal.
you're doing that slow motion thing again, brother.
Yeah,
kind of motion.
Yeah, it's looking like our bit rate fell quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, I think that definitely they have the deal. They're they're gonna try to win the midterms, and I think they're gonna do that at any means, by any means necessary. So just because he's saying something we like now doesn't mean that it's actually going to stay true after the midterms. So we have to see that. I lost you again. There you are.
Glitch. I am sorry. Trying to work that out. Because I don't want to miss and then slow motion on you. I think it's one of our internets there for sure is breaking it up. So, bro, that's kind of what I had. Hopefully, you see your co-host did a good job of pulling the clips, getting good information. What's crazy is, I don't know, we talked off air yesterday, and I was like, yeah, man, I got clips ready to go. And then today it was almost like I was like, Israel did another bombing in Damascus, excuse me, right? So the UFC stuff was good. You know what I mean? But like that Israel stuff just keeps going. And then JD Vance, we were going to just talk about The View, but then he did that weird White House briefing today, which he did talk about The View on that as well. But I just thought it was gross. And then he was on Gutfeld later that, and everybody said did a good job on the, but he seemed fake. And I'm like, I feel like the guy is half AI anyway. So I find it very weird. He's also like super Christian, but married to like a hardcore Hindu. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that's
that's kind
weird.
of weird.
That is just kind of
How
weird.
how
You
do
know?
they
I
raise
don't
their
know.
kids?
So
Like, what's that conversation like? I'm curious. Do they go to the Hindu temple or do they go to the? I think he's Catholic, right? Or is he a Protestant? I'm pretty sure he's Catholic. I don't know which one does he go to. Do they go to the mass or do they go to the Hindu thing?
yeah. I think Hindus
Yeah,
celebrate on
I don't
Saturday
know. It
anyway. But
was
here's my question, bro.
the question. Oh, you're freezing up on me.
You with me?
Yeah, I am now.
Are you there?
Yep.
Yeah, you were freezing up. So I was like, "Are you there?" Anyway, so my question is, okay, so they got like 4 kids, right? So they got 4 kids. One of their kids is in the street and take a
Oh.
but do the kid that bro. That's all I really want to know. You understand?
I
So
don't think JD Vance allows that to happen. I'm gonna hope and pray
I'm
that
going to
that's the
hell for
truth.
that. Shame
But
on
if they're
me.
in San Francisco, they might just have to say when in Rome, you know? Yeah. No, the JD Vance
Thank
on The
God they
View was
wouldn't
kind
be there
of
for any real reason.
the JD Vance thing on The View was kind of weird, like to me. It seemed like he didn't really try to fight them on much. He was very soft, weak, uh, you know, feminine almost, and allowing them to kind of run over him. Oh, well, you're trying to take Martin Luther King out of the schools or something. I don't know. They said a bunch of crazy shit. Whoopi was like extra insane. The redhead old lady, Joy Behar, she seemed like I'm close enough for him to wring my neck, so I don't want to say anything too terrible to him. But my God, it was a nightmare, that show. And it seems like he's doing um a lot of media stuff now. You said he went on Gutfeld. I saw him. He came out on a show called Diary of a CEO last night, like right after I watched The View. I didn't watch that one yet. But that's another like big internet show. And then Gutfeld, and who knows where he's going next. I know it's not going to be on.
He's
Uh, I know he won't be going on Theo Vaughn because Theo Vaughn's kind of mad at him. So we'll see where he lands next. It might be Rogan again. Who knows?
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Chase Hughes who just did his second appearance on Rogan. Love you, Chase. Good job. Yeah. Yeah, love us some Chase Hughes, man. So, but yeah, he's on a book tour. He's trying to sell a book, so good for him, I say, I guess. So to me, off like a chin on you, which I guess is what you want to do if you're going to be running for president in a couple of years. But
Yeah.
I mean, to me, he just came off like such a politician, guy who every answer for every question, but no solution. I have an answer, but no solution.
Yeah.
My opinion.
Well, that's the thing, right?
Just my
They're
opinion.
up for midterms, so he doesn't want to provide too strong of a solution that might turn people off, probably, to anything, really. But who knows?
Heck yeah, man. Are you about ready to call it, sir?
Yeah. Wanted to get to some other
You're
things,
along
but
me.
yeah. Well, guys, it was great. We will be back again Thursday, hopefully with
Promise.
less glitchiness. We will get this all ironed out and all that. And be easy, everyone. Mike, tell them where to find you. think we lost him again. Did you hear me?
And just then in there,
Oh.
it just.
I said it was great being on, and Mike, tell him where to find you. Give him your info. It's in the description anyway, but tell him how to find you.
Yes, guys, so much. We appreciate you, and I want to thank you, man, because you know I love talking to you, even though we had some technical opportunity to do politics because I don't really. Thank you for that, and we're gonna iron out this tech. So hang in there with us, y'all. And once again, man, I just want to thank you, brother. Oh, PT Pod Show. Rumble.com/PT Pod Show on Instagram.
Awesome. All right, guys, you know where to find me. You're already here, so that's good. You can also find me on Twitter, X, whatever the fuck you want to call it, at Third Rail Politics. And we are out. We'll see you on the next one.